Okay, we got everything cleaned out. I got my little thingy toy there. When I get bigger, oh, yeah, I use the rest of my hemp in here. Yeah, yeah. And these girls, I went ahead and took their heat plate out because they really weren't getting under there for the heat. And then I had it off for a while and they would just lay on around the edges of it. So I think they just wanted a safe spot. So I did get some new toys. So I got this little perchy thing. I stuck a rock in there for them to climb on. And this is one of the little hamster things. They can go inside it. I've got the shavings. I got it buried under the shavings at the bottom of it. And they mostly been staying in this corner for some reason. But once I get used to this stuff and you put new stuff in it, it usually takes them a day or two. But they're doing good. It's warm in this room. Yeah. Ran out of hemp, so I did have to go with the shavings in this one, which, I mean, it does create dust, but probably a couple more weeks, they will probably be ready to go out to the coop brooder. So, we'll see. And I gave them a little bit of, they got like a little bit of grit, a little bit of kibble, chip kibble stuff. Well, it's a little treat. And I do have a little bit of grit out here. And I've started them on slowly introducing the weeds. And what I do, most people don't, but I do, I cut them up really small because I'm always afraid that they'll get like one long piece of grass or something in their throat and have the other part of it hanging out. Yeah, it's warm in here. I mean, they really don't need the heat right now because they basically are laying on the outside of it. And I don't really like go by the book. I go by how the chicks are acting. So if the majority of the times they're not getting under it for the heat, then I know they're close. And plus it's in the house, it's summertime, it's really hot. Yeah. And that's what they did behind the heat plate is they wouldn't even get under it, they would get behind it, like close to the side thing here. So that's really not, they're really not acting any different. I mean, I go by how they're acting. And being it's summertime, it's hot. Of course, I'm interrupting them right now. But they're doing good. Huh, yeah. And these girls and gals are doing good. Yeah, yeah. I know that's a pullet. I'm going to wait till next week. Usually once I hit 2 weeks, I do a better job. I get closer to the 100% range on roos and pullets. But you can pretty much tell. And then also sometimes too, depending on the breed, the pullets, the females will start showing their little tail feather before the roos do. The roos are a little bit behind on getting that tail feather going out there. And their wings are shaped differently, the pullets from the roos, or the females from the males. Huh. Yeah, it's warm in here. Girls don't even, they under there a lot more often than the other girls were. And it depends on the type of year, where you have them, breezes, all that stuff. So they're in the house, there's no breeze. I do have the window halfway open just to get some fresh air in here. But there's really not a breeze coming through. And being they're down below inside this thing, it's, you know, it's help holding all that heat in there. And I don't go by the book. Now the girls that I have out in the run right now, those I had under the heat plate a lot longer, but that's because I got them in the wintertime. You know, I had them in my room at first, but then when I switched them to the garage, you know, I had to extend the amount of time I had the heat plate. Our garage is spray foamed, so it's not, you know, it's still pretty nice out there, but it did get a little bit cool. So they kept the hot plate longer, whereas these girls are in the house. It's summer, It's hotter. We're in Georgia, like 30 minutes from Alabama. So they're not going to need the heat plate as long. I mean, I just don't go by that rule of, make sure it stays at 100 and then down 5% each week and all this. For me, and it depends on where you live, how many you have, where you're keeping them at, all that stuff. But I start mine in the house. My goal is to eventually turn one of the sheds into a brooder, get electric out there so I can get heat on. And in that case, they would be under the heat plate longer. So these girls will be in here a few weeks. Yeah. But they're doing good. Oh, you're doing so good. And I've not had a poopy butt one yet. No. You girls are doing so good. Yeah, go on in there. Check it out. You can go inside there. It'll take them a little bit to get used to the different stuff here because they're so used to just walking underneath that heat plate. I've changed their environment. Huh. Yeah, maybe that'll stop you a little bit longer from jumping up. He's jumping up here. They're doing good. They're taking their nap. I'm just disturbing them a little bit right now. And I don't care where they lay, they're going to bunch up like that. But believe me, it's not cold. I can use a fan on me right now, actually. Huh. Yeah. Just take their nap. They're good. They're good. I'll check on them later. They have enough stuff in there. Everything's cleaned out. I don't like when things get dirty. Huh. Yeah. And once I walk away, stop talking, they get real quiet. I'm disturbing you though, huh? Am I disturbing you? I'm sorry. But they're fine. They're fine. They're totally fine. They are not cold. Yeah, they're doing so good. Aren't you, babies? Aren't you, babies? I think those two are a roo. I'll mark them next week once like I said, I usually wait till they're 2 weeks, which is a good mark for me to start to look at their wings. Because you can tell the rays from the pullets by the shapes of their wings. And again, the females have the long one, short one, long one, short one, long one, short one. And the roos don't. The roos just have the long ones. And they're shaped different. The shape of, when they feather out, the pullets kind of are rounded like that. Whereas the roos, they have like the long ones in the front and there'll be short ones behind them. So it's a little shaped a little different. And of course, as they get a few, start getting a little bigger even after that, then you can start telling from other signs. Oh. Okay. I'll leave you girls go. Everybody's doing good. Check on you girls later. Now see, when I walk away or I get quiet, they quiet right down. They're taking their nap, so they are not cold. Go to sleep. I'll check on you after nap time.